Hi betting experts, and now we're going to have a look at the Doncaster St Leger Festival, a cracking 4 days of action in the autumn, and we're going to try and unearth some punting pointers to make it a profitable 4 days. The first one, and it's advice that holds for a lot of these meetings run over a few days, watch the early races very carefully to try and discern any track bias. Doncaster is very much a track where the effect of the draw can be very important, particularly when the ground gets soft. Generally speaking, and it is generally speaking, low numbers are favoured on the straight course. They're a big advantage, particularly when it gets testing. On faster ground, it's probably not the case. It levels out. There's not really generally any bias, but it's well worth watching the early races on the first day of the 4 days to see if there's any bias and take advantage of it quickly before the prices change. On the round course, again, generally, I think you want to be low. It's more a case that those drawn high, maybe 10 and upwards in the bigger fields, particularly at a mile, being drawn high is definitely a disadvantage. You either have to drop in, forfeit a position, lose ground and come from a long way off the pace, or be rushed up 6-7 wide and obviously covering a lot more ground. So generally speaking, I look for low numbers. Second point, freshness can be a big factor at this stage of the season. Now, this year we're from September the 9th to the 12th. The horses have been on the go since June. Usually that would have been a lot longer, but I still think the advice holds sound. Look for horses who've only had 1 or maybe 2 runs, who've been laid out for this 4 days, rather than those who've been on the go running once a fortnight since the start of June. They could be over the top. They'll have had a lot of hard races. All of the form is likely to be on faster ground. It's very likely in the autumn that things will be on the softer side at Doncaster. If that's the case, a lot of the horses who shot up the weights for winning on fast summer ground might be badly treated and not able to handle more loose ground. So keep an eye out for that. Look for ones who might be fresher than their rivals. Point 3, follow Roger Varian and Andrea Atzeni. Now, Varian's a brilliant trainer who's had his horses in terrific form since racing resumed. He has a high strike rate everywhere, but he's particularly good at Doncaster. He targets this meeting very well. He's got a 25% strike rate with over 40 winners here in his career, which is second only to Richard Fahey, who's I think had 42 at the time of recording, but his strike rate is actually 9%. So that just illustrates how well Varian does at this track. And Atzeni, who rides a lot of Varian's horses, particularly in the handicaps, his strike rate's around 22%. He's done particularly well here as well. He's had 44 winners, and his patient style of riding is very well suited by the St Leger Festival. Big fields, a fast pace, they tend to come back, and he's an excellent judge of speed. He's rarely in the wrong place at the wrong time. Point 4, play each way in the handicaps with bookmakers offering enhanced place terms. There are numerous big field handicaps over the 4 days of the St Leger Festival, and plenty of the bigger bookmakers like Sky Bet 365 are very anxious to attract custom into such competitive racing. As a result, there's some terrific value on offer. Mathematically, they can't win on the place books when they offer 6 places in 16 runner handicaps and above, unless you get up to something like 30 runners plus. They're over broke. The more they take, the more they lose on the place book. Shrewd punters will be looking around, try and find a package of say 3 or 4 horses to back them all each way, with those firms offering 6 places or even more sometimes. You really are getting terrific value. And point 5, which holds for all of these festivals, stay in complete control as a punter. Never chase your losses. Stay disciplined. Have a strict plan that you follow through the 4 days. Don't chase if things go wrong. Only play at the top of the market when the odds are in your favour. Play each way with the enhanced place terms and try and stay in second gear without getting hotted up and too involved. Best of luck at the St Leger Festival, betting experts.